17 laps of the Cartodromo Internacional Algarve circuit to come for the OK Junior drivers. And these young races, 11 to 14 years of age, are going to be battling away for the victory. Once again, it'll be tough, it'll be very tense, but the racers will give their best as they go to battle at the Cartodromo Internacional Algarve in the shadow of the Portimao circuit that has hosted MotoGP, the World Endurance Championship, and of course, Formula One. And there are many drivers on this grid who are aiming for that one day in the hope that they too can take their place in the Motorsport Hall of Fame. But here in karting, this is going to be a long season for OK Junior. And this is the first real test of what the International European Karting season can give them as we play out an incredible spectacle of racing here at Portimao. Coming into this race, it is Alexander Bondarev that leads the championship standings, but will he leave it with the lead intact? All weekend long, the speed has been with the superstar from Ukraine. Alexander Bondarev for the Ricky Flynn Motorsport team lines up in pole position, having had incredible speed and consistency right from time qualifying. He's the fastest so far. Can he remain on the top spot? A big question for the young man on the pole position, but that's not the whole story. The man alongside him, Nathan Ty Jr. from Great Britain for the Sodi Kart factory team, has been the only man really to hold a candle to Alexander Bondarev through the weekend. He might just be in for his first OK Junior win at international competition level in a final. It's a very tough battle between Bondarev and Ty. Ricky Flynn Motorsport versus Sodi Kart on the front row. On the second row, Kirill Dzitiev, keeping the Ward Racing team very much in the shout of claiming a double victory. The seniors has already been claimed. Can they get the juniors as well with this young superstar? Kirill Dzitiev looking good in third position for an immense battle. But in fourth position, the young man from Spain and Kart Republic, Lucas Flusha, has been battling all weekend. He's already taken a victory over the course of the heats, but now is his time to quest for even more. That second row of the grid full of incredible talent as they race for victory from the second row. Andres Cardenas of Peru will line up in fifth position on the inside of the third row for the Energy Course factory team, and he has definitely got what it takes to storm through and grab a victory. He's been very consistent all the way through the weekend, and the third row of the grid is where he will call home briefly. But this man has been astonishing this weekend for Singapore and for the DP Kart. Alonso Chassis, Tiziano Monza. Anything is possible with this young man. He could get it all done in just 17 laps. A fantastic opportunity for the drivers in the top six, but there are more men than that who could claim the prize. In seventh place, the man who took the Euro Series winter title, Maciej Ledij, after his brilliant drive from 10th on the grid in Franciacorta. Here at Portimao, 7th on the grid, he has an even better chance of storming back. So with Maciej Ledij on the fourth row of the grid, he's obviously got a great chance on the inside line. On the outside line, Dmitry Matveev for the Koski Motorsport team has a great chance to fight his way forward. Likeable and very, very hungry for success, Matveev has every chance of grabbing the podium. So there's already 8 drivers there who could claim the top spot, and they all have a great chance to do so. Rounding out the top 10, on the 5th row of the starting grid on the inside line is the Belgian star Thomas Strauven, who has never really been outside the top 5 on one-lap pace over the weekend, and the Lando Norris Kart chassis for RFM will keep him very hungry for the victory. So he's the man who is there on the inside line, but on the outside line, just as much talent. The Dutchman, René Lammers, will round out the top 10 with the Paralin Motorsport kart bedecked in the famous Racing Team Nederland colours. He's definitely a chip off the old block. Can he go and grab a podium here in Portimao? Fantastic work from the drivers in the top 10 thus far, and there's even more talent where that came from. Kirill Kutskov will line up alongside Adam Hideg. The 2 drivers on the 6th row of the starting grid. Andy Consani and Louis Laveau will make it an all Sodi Kart row 7. Anatoly Kavalkin will be 15th on the grid alongside the Brazilian star Miguel Costa, who has been mighty over the course of the weekend. Alexander Bondarev just taking it all in at the front end of the field. All he has to do is what he's good at, commanding at the front of the field and keeping himself nicely balanced. He's been really good on tyre management all the way through the weekend. All he has to do is focus on his objectives. Behind Kavalkin and Costa, we have Jan Pesodowski and Due de Decker on the 9th row of the starting grid. On the 10th row, it is Gerasim Skulinov, who lines up alongside the Australian Griffin Peebles for the Koski Motorsport team. The 1 minute board goes up. On the 11th row, Jimmy Helias alongside the British driver Lewis Werrell. Tobias Clausen will go alongside Matthias Orduela on the 12th row. On row 13, it is Maxence Verbruge and Salim Hanna Hernandez. Edward Robinson goes off P27 alongside the Swiss driver Enea Frey. Then Luvoe Sam Budler will be beside the German star Time Saleh. Guillaume Bouzard will go off P31 of the grid alongside Kian Fardin. And then Marcus Sater, Martin Molnar, Newman Chi and Arthur Dorisson will complete the field. The drivers there in the shadow of the home straight of the Formula One circuit here on the Cartodromo just across the road. This is where champions are born and are nurtured. This was the scene of the World Championships 18 months ago. And in just 2 weeks' time, the European Championships will get underway with these drivers looking to make a big impression on that as they start their Champions of the Future Euro Series conquest. Who's going to get the victory in the first final of 2022? There's only one way to find out. Hope you've got a good seat, folks, because I promise you, you're only going to need the edge of it. Alexander Bondarev and Nathan Tai on the front row of the starting grid. Kirill Zitiev and Lucas Flusher on the second. Andres Cardenas and Tiziano Monza from Maciej Gladys, Dmitry Matveev, Thomas Strauben and René Lammers in the top 10. Kirill Kutskov and Adam Hideg, Andy Consani and Louis Leveau from Anatoly Kavalkin and Miguel Costa. Then Jan Pesodowski and Due de Decker, Gerasim Skulinov and Griffin Peebles. Jimmy Helias and Lewis Werrell. Then Tobias Clausen and Matthias Orduela. Maxence Verbruge, Salim Hanna Hernandez, Edward Robinson and Enea Frey, Luvoe Sam Budler, Time Saleh, Guillaume Bouzard, Kian Fardin, Marcus Sater, Martin Molnar, Newman Chi and Arthur Dorisson. 17 degrees Celsius air temperature. It really has been a phenomenal display so far. But now we come down to the last race of the weekend, the OK Junior Final. Alexander Bondarev leads the championship coming into this race. Race director Martin Bean just signalling them around for one more formation lap. Nathan Tai is second in the championship, 4 points adrift. Kirill Zitiev a further 3 points back. Lucas Flusher another 2 points back. And Andres Cardenas is 1 point further back. And then there is a point between all of the drivers back down to 15th place for Anatoly Kavalkin, who has a single point in the championship. But there are 25 points on offer for the win in this race. So now it comes down to who is going to be the strongest across these 17 laps. And as I've been telling you from my conversations with drivers in this one, this race is not won in the first 5 laps. It's won in the last 5. It's how you look after the tyres, how you look after the brakes, how you treat the engine. They will have readouts on their steering wheel to tell them how hot the temperature of the engine is getting, how hot the water is getting. They will be able to guide it and nurture it and manage it over the course of the race. And whoever does that best over the 17 laps and looks after their racecraft and keeps it clean and smooth will be our first Champions of the Future Euro Series OK Junior Final winner of 2022. Bondarev on the inside. Tai on the outside. Zitiev, Flusher, Cardenas, Monza, Gladys, Matveev, Strauben, Lammers. Are they going to come through and get the start straight away? Yes, they do! Let's race at Portimao! Oh, a big launch from Bondarev, who holds his line. Tai had to react to it, so Bondarev is going to have a race down to the first corner with Kirill Zitiev. Zitiev comes through, and there's a change for the lead already. So Bondarev is down the order. I think he's down into about 3rd or 4th position. He's battling away already behind Lucas Flusher, and we've had several karts go off the road into the barriers. I'm afraid that is game over for Guillaume Bouzard and for Marcus Sater as well. What a disaster for Sater and Bouzard. Bouzard was one of the fastest drivers of the weekend, but now it is Zitiev out front. In second it is Flusher, and in third is Bondarev. There's a genuine chance that Ward Racing could take both victories here. But Flusher, Bondarev and Monza are on the hunt to get it back. So the ZTF leads the way. Bondarev already starting to hustle Lucas Flusha. Here comes Bondarev on the inside into second place. Monza gets through as well. So Bondarev is second and Monza up to third place ahead of Lucas Flusha. Now it's game on. 0.4 of a second between the ZTF and Bondarev. Bondarev is absolutely resolute. He wants to get back into the lead of this race. So he fights his way back into second. Monza and Flusha are battling away. So we've had 3 retirements. The other one was Gerazim Skulinov. All 3 drivers off the circuit in the opening stages as Flusha gets hung out to dry through the hairpin. That's so unfortunate for Lucas Flusha. He's lost about 4 places. Now that's battling wheel to wheel as side by side Kutskov goes with Nathan Ty. Nathan Ty has lost so much ground. Matveev gets in on the inside of Kutskov, and now Anatoly Kavalkin is trying to get in and make a move. So a fascinating battle for the drivers as they continue on their way. There's an absolute squabble further back as now Kavalkin has managed to get past Kutskov, and Adam Hideg is lining up a move or two with Jan Pesarovsky right in behind him. A great battle all the way down to 13th place. This is still a very open contest between the drivers, and the mechanics are watching it all unfold. Andres Cardenas now closing down on Tiziano Monza. Can he sweep through into third place? Yes, he does. The Peruvian into third position. Great run from Cardenas. And Maciej Gladys is now lining them up in 5th position. He's going to try and move his way into the podium. A big move on the inside from Nathan Ty. He gets through on Lucas Flusha. So Nathan Ty up into 7th place once again. He's not done yet by any means. So out now 2x2 hurrah as Cardenas has to defend from Monza. But the ZTF and Bondarev are clear by nearly a second. Cardenas and Monza are battling, and Gladys and Strauven have caught them up. So now Bondarev is right on the tail of Kittel. The ZTF has a big lunge on the inside from Maciej Gladys. He gets through on Monza. Monza tries to keep it on the inside. Strauven and Ty are both going to get them as Gladys goes off the road. So unfortunate for Maciej Gladys. There wasn't enough track to play with, and he skirts off on the grass. Oh, the Polish star has been brilliant all weekend, and now he's going to have to work 10 times harder to get back up to the podium. He rejoins in 19th. So the battle raging. Kittel the ZTF in front of Alexander Bondarev. Cardenas is 3rd, Strauven is 4th, Ty is 5th, and Flusha is 6th. So now Bondarev is just trying to stay in touch with Kittel the ZTF at the moment. Ward Racing versus Ricky Flynn Motorsport. Kittel the ZTF versus Alexander Bondarev. A long way to go here. Still a lot to battle for as up the inside Dmitry Matveev gets a move on Lucas Flusha and gets into 6th position. So the juniors really are giving us an amazing spectacle. 3 retirements so far. Skulinov, Buzar and Marcus Sater. With Maxime Verbruge unfortunately down at the back of the field. I think he was a victim of the first lap incident. He is still going, but now he is down at the back. So now this is all going to be about the ZTF versus Bondarev into the first corner. Cardenas has actually dropped Nathan Ty and Thomas Strauven, and he is going to try and catch up to them. This could end up being a 3-way battle as Andres Cardenas, the Peruvian, is trying to charge after the leading pair. The ZTF versus Bondarev. What an opportunity this is for Alexander Bondarev. But the Ward Racing team could claim the whole weekend here if Kittel the ZTF can hang on to the lead. They won the senior race with Artem Sevrukin. Can they win the junior race with Kittel the ZTF? This could be a very successful return for Joachim Ward and the whole team. So let's see how this plays out. Alexander Bondarev is all over the back of Kittel the ZTF. He's going to launch for it on the inside. Alexander Bondarev retakes the lead. The ZTF comes back in on him. And they battle for position. Bondarev straight back in. He's going to go again. He launches in. The ZTF does not yield, and Bondarev has to concede. 2nd place. Now he's going to get some support from Andres Cardenas. Here they go. What a race this is now. Bondarev and Cardenas working together to get back on terms with Kittel the ZTF. Alexander Bondarev all over the back of Kittel the ZTF, the Ward Racing driver in front of the Ricky Flynn Motorsport Lando Norris car and the Energy Course. And up to 4th place, almost unsighted, is Nathan Ty. The Sodi kart driver is fighting back. Alexander Bondarev working hard. Cardenas is going to go for the move. No, you don't, says Alexander Bondarev. He holds on to 2nd place. He is an absolute brick wall. You're not going to knock me down. Bondarev holds on to 2nd place, doing a great job here behind Kittel the ZTF. The gap between them now is half a second. The ZTF is hoping to stretch away and run away and hide. But Bondarev has other ideas. He's going to push for it in second place with Andres Cardenas in third. Nathan Tai in fourth in the Sony kart. He's going to make his own impact on this one if he keeps going. 6 down, 11 to go. Zitiev, Bondarev, Cardenas, Tai, Stralven, Matveev, Kavalkin, Hideg, Flusha and Monza in the top 10. There's some great performances through the field. Edward Robinson has made up 12 places to come up into 15th at the moment, and 18 places made up for Arthur Dorisson. What a comeback for the Frenchman. Arthur Dorisson, who started dead last, is now up in 18th. He's come through exactly half the field. But now Bondarev is struggling to keep Andres Cardenas off his tail. A big amount of fighting between the two. There is the man at the back of the field, Maxime Verbruge, who is recovering. And up the inside, Cardenas tries. Bondarev will not let it happen. And now Nathan Tai is going to try and get through on Andres Cardenas. Side by side. And Cardenas has to hold it from Nathan Tai. Bondarev remains second. But the Zitiev is 7/10 of a second up the road at the last split. And it could be as high as a second now, nearly. They've got to stop racing each other. They've got to work together. They need to team up to go after the Zitiev. Otherwise, the World Racing driver will be long gone. Nathan Tai into third position. Andres Cardenas has to settle for fourth place for the moment. The Peruvian still very much in touch and has a great chance here. There's a long way still to go. So you cannot count anyone out at the moment. Even if it finishes like this, Bondarev would still be the Champions of the Future Euro Series leader in the points in OK Junior, because the Zitiev would be 2 points behind him in the standings. So Bondarev has got to think about the title fight as well as the final victory. He dearly wants to win, but this is a long process for the season. We're going all the way through till the finale at Franciacorta in June. There is still a long way to go. Kirill Zitiev in front of Alexander Bondarev and Nathan Tai. Then Andres Cardenas. There's a good battle going on further back. This is Matveev, Stralven and Kavalkin. Fifth position between these three. And still the battle rages as they continue on. Alexander Bondarev running in front of Nathan Tai and Andres Cardenas. So still the battles will be strong. There's a second now between the Zitiev and Bondarev, but if they look after the tyres better, then the Zitiev on his own is cutting through the air less efficiently than the three drivers behind. But they've got to stop battling each other. They have to work in unison to get close to Kirill Zitiev. They've got to play the long game. So let's see how this all plays out. Zitiev, Bondarev, Tai, Cardenas. Matveev in fifth position. Stralven, Kavalkin, Hideg, Flusha and Monza. René Lammers doing a good job in 11th place as he holds on in front of Kirill Kutskov and Miguel Costa. 14th at the moment is Andy Consani. Then Jan Pesadovski, Tobias Clausen, Salim Hanna and Edu Robinson have both made up 9 places, as has Anea Frey. And then 10 places made up for Time Soleil. Arthur Dorisson has now made up 15. He's lost a few of the places he gained. And then Martin Molnar and Newman Chi have both made up 11 places each. Tai's going on the inside of Bondarev. Did he get through? Yes! Tai is through into second place. So Nathan Tai gets through. Bondarev is trying to hold on in front of Andres Cardenas. He holds it, he slides, but he keeps the kart fairly planted through the apex. So Bondarev is still in third, and Andres Cardenas is all over him. But can Nathan Tai now set off after the Zitiev? Here comes Cardenas, and he's in a third. And it looks like Matveev is under pressure from Stralven and Kavalkin as well. So Cardenas gets through past Alexander Bondarev. Bondarev is going to try again. He can settle in here in fourth place. This is not done. This is not over. Lap 10 is completed. 7 laps to go. And what a battle this is going to be in OK Junior from here on out. Nathan Tai sets off after Kirill Zitiev. Cardenas in third, Bondarev in fourth, and then, oh, that's a retirement. That's 2 retirements, in fact. That is Salim Hernandez and Edward Robinson. So 2 more retirements, I'm afraid, to add to Skulinov, Bouzard and Sater. And I do believe Maciej Ledij is retired from the race as well. That is very unfortunate. So Maciej Ledij, who was doing such a good job earlier on in the race, I'm afraid his race is now over as well. So very sad indeed to see 2 of the Ricky Flynn Motorsport teammates off the racetrack. But there is the battle for third. Andres Cardenas versus Alexander Bondarev. Can Bondarev get himself back onto the podium once again in behind Andres Cardenas, the Peruvian? very tough race from here on out. 6 laps to go, and Nathan Tai is doing everything he can to close up on Kirill Zitiev. This race still has 6 laps remaining in it, so anything can still change. And there is 1.2 between Zitiev and Tai, but there's also 1.2 between Tai and Cardenas. That is a warning flag for time Soleil. So the German, unfortunately, will end up with a 5-second penalty to add to his race time. And that's going to drop him down the order. The warning flag comes with an automatic 5-second penalty, of course, that cannot be contested or appealed. So Nathan Tai runs in second place, trying to catch Kirill Zitiev up front. But it looks like the Ward Racing team could conquer everything here at Portimao. They gave it everything they could. Nathan Tai and Sodikart, they're still doing it. It's not done yet by any means. But certainly Nathan Tai is working as hard as he can. Bondarev has got through into third again. He has managed to get back past Cardenas. So that will give the man from Ukraine a lot of motivation. He gets back into P3, down the straight. Zitiev, Tai, Bondarev, Cardenas, Matveev, Kavalkin and Strauven. So Bondarev is in the prime place. If Tai can catch up to Zitiev in time, then he has a great chance of catching them and maybe even going for the win himself. But they've got to be careful because Dmitry Matveev is on them as well. So Dmitry Matveev is going to be there or thereabouts. Bondarev is kind of hoping that he can back Cardenas into the path of the Koski Motorsport driver, Dmitry Matveev. And then when Matveev makes his bid for the position, he can hold it. Bondarev in third, just holding his line. He really desperately wants to be on the podium. He would tie for points with Nathan Tai if it finishes like this. And there would be just 2 points between Zitiev, Tai and Bondarev in the standings, which would make it very much anyone's to win heading to the second round of the championship at Zuera next month. Matveev is closing in on Andres Cardenas. This is the 4th position. They're trying to stay with Alexander Bondarev, but Bondarev has made it very difficult indeed to do so. Matveev tightens up behind Cardenas. Here they come again. The Zitiev, Tai, Bondarev, Cardenas, Matveev. Is Matveev going to make his launch through? He's not quite close enough yet, but you do get the sense that Matveev is setting up a move on Cardenas. Cardenas might need to try something here. Matveev is going to get there anyway. Matveev trips out wide, and Kavalkin comes through as well. So Matveev and Kavalkin have both managed to get past Cardenas. Thomas Strauven is lining up a move on the very talented Peruvian as well. But Matveev has got past, Kavalkin has got past, Cardenas is just trying to stay in the top 6 at the moment. Thomas Strauven is the next one to try and go for the move. Oh, Kavalkin and Matveev! Goodness me, that got very close together. And now they're going to drift wide. Cardenas will get through. Strauven will get through. Oh, Strauven manages to get the place. So I'm afraid they just got a little bit too close to each other. And that is Cardenas back through into 4th place. That is Strauven back through into 5th. With 3 laps to go, Tai is absolutely charging to try and catch up to Kirill Zitiev. But he's got over a second to make up in 3 laps. That is not going to be easy. There is Alexander Bondarev looking good for 3rd position. And that will put him just 2 points off the championship lead. So he can consolidate here. He has not failed in any way, shape or form to make a race of this. He has definitely given his best. So there is still more to come from Alexander Bondarev. And in 3rd position, this is a great way to start his season if he can hold this podium. But Nathan Tai in 2nd position is desperately trying to get just 1 second out of Kirill Zitiev's lead. Can he do it? Zitiev is pushing hard. Nathan Tai is being as smooth as he can. Bondarev still working hard in 3rd position. But can there be just that little bit more from Nathan Tai? He's got a second to gain in 2 laps. He really has got mission impossible now. Bondarev is still there in 3rd. Cardenas is a little bit safe in 4th position as well. But Nathan Tai will not give up. He will not give in. Can Kirill Zitiev take the lead of the standings and the race victory in the same breath? Nathan Tai still pushing. The Sodikart driver giving it absolutely everything. He will not yield, he will not relent, he will not back down. Nathan Tai still pushing in 2nd place. It's been a really strong challenge from the British driver. Ever since this season began, he has looked very, very calm and composed for the Sodikart team. They have really nurtured him over the winter. And now Nathan Tai has as good a chance as any of winning this Euro Series title, and now he knows it. Up the top of the crest and down the drop. Last lap of the day. Last lap of the weekend. And for Kirill Dezitiev, he just has to hang in there for one more lap out front. And then the Ward Racing team can really start the party, which will last all the way back to Sweden. The Ward Racing team have been absolutely fantastic all weekend long. And Kirill Dezitiev is on the charge to make it happen after what has been a sensational weekend for the team. Artem Sevrukin got the job done in the OK Senior Final, and now Dezitiev is just a few corners away from claiming the whole weekend for the team. What a performance from Kirill Dezitiev. A great run from Nathan Ty and Alexander Bondarev as well. They will claim the podium with him, but they can't stop the man up front, who once he got his moment, has been able to control the pace throughout. And as he comes up the hill for the last time, Kirill Dezitiev is going to claim it all. A brilliant victory. Kirill Dezitiev wins in Portimao. Second for Nathan Ty, third for Alexander Bondarev. A great final and a great end to the Champions of the Future Euro Series season opener. What a great race. And Kirill Dezitiev makes it a clean sweep for Ward Racing this weekend. They won both the OK Senior and Junior finals. Exceptional display. The whole team will be ecstatic. Others will not be. Salim Hernandez and Edward Robinson watching it all unfold from the sidelines. But what a result for Kirill Dezitiev. Started the race from P3, kept out of trouble in the opening stages, got himself to the front, and ever since then, he has just been ever so smooth throughout. Kirill Dezitiev claims the victory, and deservedly so. It was a great drive. He's been very, very strong all weekend, and now he comes through as the winner in Champions of the Future in the Euro Series 2022. So Kirill Dezitiev gets the OK Junior Final victory that he so desperately wanted. Nathan Ty is second, and Alexander Bondarev in a valiant third. Andres Cadenas from Dimitri Matveev, Thomas Strauven, Anatoly Kavalkin, Adam Hideg, René Lammers, and Tiziano Monza round out the 10. Lucas Flusha in 11th from Jan Pizadovsky, Kirill Kutskov and Andy Konsani from Miguel Costa, and Tobias Clausen from Newman Chi in 17th ahead of Louis Leveau. Arthur Dorisson found his way to 19th position in the end. 20th for Lewis Werrell from Matthias Orduela, Martin Molnar and Griffin Peebles. Time Soleil and Anea Frey from Jimmy Helias, Dewey De Decker and Liverway Sam Budler. Maxon Verbruge was the last man home. And there were a bunch of retirements, I'm afraid. Kian Fardin, Salim Hernandez, Edward Robinson and Maciek Gledij, with Gudazim Skulinov, Guillaume Bouzard and Marcus Sater out on the opening lap. But for the Ward Racing team, they came to Portimao hoping to be confident, hoping to be fast. But I tell you what, they really didn't expect to win both categories in the same weekend. What a performance from Ward Racing, and what a great start to the team for 2022. As Kirill Dezitiev emulates his senior compatriot Artem Sevrukin to claim the OK Junior Final win. Excellent performance, and the podium will round out a fabulous weekend. A massive thank you and obrigado to the marshals and the officials around the circuit here at Cartodromo Internacional Algarve. We wouldn't have had such a great race without you all. You made us welcome, you kept us safe, and we had a fantastic weekend of racing. Obrigado to the Orange Army. Thank you very much indeed. You guys were magnificent, the real heroes of the weekend. But we will welcome our top three drivers in OK Junior to the Champions of the Future podium in a few minutes. A fantastic end to the weekend then in a brilliant OK Junior final in the Champions of the Future Euro Series here at Portimao. We can now welcome our three drivers to the podium after an exceptional weekend. In third position, representing Ricky Flynn Motorsport and Ukraine, Alexander Bondarev. A great fighting drive all weekend from Bondarev. He is now genuinely a title contender. In second position, representing Sodikart and the United Kingdom, Nathan Ty. Oh, so cool as he makes his way to the podium with the Super Shades. The British driver definitely in the hunt. But now your race winner in the Champions of the Future opener at Portimao 2022, representing Ward Racing, Kirill Dezitiev. What a result for Kirill Dezitiev. He runs to the podium. He is absolutely ecstatic. And welcome to represent Ward Racing once again, Rebecca Ward. A fabulous result for the three drivers, and you are looking at the three title contenders for 2022. A brilliant podium. You can now raise your trophies aloft in the air, folks. Great stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, your OK Junior podium! A fantastic weekend for Kirill, Nathan and Alexander, and now they get to celebrate in fine fashion on the podium. Yes, you've been waiting for the moment, guys. It is time to party. Let's get busy with a fizzy! I think that's only right that Kirill gets the biggest drowning in the bubbly. Excellent stuff. I'm going to quickly run in and see how Kirill, the ZTF, got the job done. Kirill, come forward. Everybody at home is wanting to hear how it's got done. The finger in the air, Kirill. You are absolutely ecstatic. The whole team was not expecting, I think, a clean sweep, but you did such a good job in the final. Just tell us how it all unfolded for you.
Thank you. This year, the whole weekend, I worked for the best result, and I showed that I can do that.
So now that you've done this here, is this going to continue into the European Championship next time and obviously in Zuera in April?
I feel confident before the European Championship because now I was the best.
He can barely speak because he's actually drowning in the spray. So can you do it all again 2 weeks from now then? Is that the case it's going to be? You're going to do it again?
I think yes.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirill Zitiev! Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. A fantastic weekend here at Portimao. We hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a fantastic weekend here in Portugal. The European Championships will see the teams and drivers return 2 weeks from now. Make sure you tune in for that. But we are going to be back for the next round of the Champions of the Future Euro Series. Thank you for walking across my shot, Nathan. Fantastic return for the Champions of the Future Euro Series. Next time out at Zuera in Spain in April. It's going to be an amazing battle. The title fight starts here. Sevrukin and the ZTF have their title leads to defend. We'll see you in Spain. Thank you very much. See you next time.